So what is the best exercise? How do I get the most out of the exercises I'm doing or the time I'm putting into exercise? This is a question I get asked all the time. Often we are complicating this thing called exercise. Really, exercise is just moving your body against a resistance that is greater than their body is used to going against. So anything that is promoting resistance against your body, you can call exercise. And if normally, you just sit at a table or sit in an office or sit on a couch all day, and now you're starting to walk around your house multiple times, let's call it exercise, because that's what it is. It is exercise. So I do not want to complicate exercise. I want to get people moving, get people active, because the benefits are just out of sight when we are active and in motion. And because of that, I put together 7 little things you can put into motion to help you maximize the time, the energy, the effort you put into your exercise routine. And nobody should be fearful. Nobody should be scared about starting an exercise routine or concerned or fearful that I'm doing it wrong. Unless you're like throwing a bunch of weight on your back and you never squatted before, like I'm going to try to squat 400 pounds, unless you're doing something very idiotic, then you're going to be fine. You're going to be totally fine. And you can just enjoy the goodness that comes with regular physical activity. Because all exercise, all physical activity has some level of benefit to us. But there are definitely ways you can exercise to more efficiently receive fitness into your being and maximize the time you're spending at the gym or in the fitness class. There's only so much time any of us can spend at the gym or want to spend in the gym or want to do videos and stuff on our TVs. There's only so much time we want to do that. So in order to maximize the time you're spending in the gym and to enjoy optimal life fitness and the benefits that can come with that, I want to share with you now these 7 proven suggestions to get you where you want to get to, and to feel like, what, I'm putting in 30 minutes, I'm putting in an hour, I'm putting in 20 minutes, I'm getting the most out of that time. So the first thing is you got to get a goal in mind and get it on paper. You got to know why you're doing what you're doing. What are you trying to achieve with working out? You're taking the time to work out. You're putting, your muscles through this fatigue, through this pain, through this burning sensation. You're sweating. You're breathing heavily. You could easily be watching Netflix and eating popcorn, but you're not. This is taking time. This is your life you're putting into this thing. So we want this to be intentional, and this shows that you have some level of discipline. So let's utilize that discipline. Let's use this intentionality. Let's get somewhere. And so you got to write it down. What are you trying to gain? What are you trying to get out of this workout? What is your end goal? Do you want to be able to run a 5K? Do you want to be able to run a mile faster? Do you want to be able to lift your kids with greater ease? Do you want to get rid of this back pain or this knee pain? What is it that you're trying to attain? Once you have that reason why you're doing it, where you're wanting to go to, then you're way less likely to fizzle out, give up, throw in the towel, because you're going to be enjoying the benefits of a consistent exercise routine. So write it down, make it plain, get it on paper, look at it all the time. Show yourself that you are indeed doing something to meet those goals related to your physical activity. All right, secondly, use the biggest movements possible. If you got 10 minutes, you got 20 minutes to work out, just use the biggest movements possible in your routine. That means, full squats, lunges, deadlifts, thruster movement, push-ups, pull-ups, these compound exercises, shoulder presses, things that push your body, push your joints, multiple joints through a range of motion. So a shoulder press, that's like my shoulders and my elbows are moving through. A squat, it's like my ankles, my knees, my hips are all moving. Those movements, or even like a kettlebell swing, a row, those movements, unlike say a sit-up or a bicep curl or tricep extension or a calf raise, those movements are all fine too, but those movements are not going to give you the intensity of caloric burn. They're not going to give you the intensity of surges of growth hormone and testosterone, because they just don't require as much energy, because they're smaller muscles. going through a smaller range of motion. So if you want maximum benefit, maximum muscle building with also fat burning, body composition change, then you want to do compound movements and put all that energy that comes from those compound movements into motion. So if you're performing, say, like circuit training, you would use your upper body and lower body. So you want to do like a push movement followed by, this is number 3, by the way, a push movement followed by a pull movement. Like say I'm doing a deadlift movement, that's a pulling movement. Then I'd want to do like a bench press, which is a pushing movement. Or if I'm doing push-ups, that would be a pushing movement. I would also then maybe do a rowing movement, which would be a pulling movement, or do a pull-up or a chin-up, which of course are what? Pulling movements. Or say you're doing like, if you are doing bicep curls, do some bicep curls, also do some tricep extensions or some dips. If you're doing back extensions, maybe do some planks or some sit-ups or some V-ups. You're trying to offset the opposite movement. So if you always are doing sit-ups, 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 you're reinforcing a movement for one that we're already doing all the time. Like if we're sitting at a computer desk, like we're already doing a sit-up all the time. It's not going to burn our muscles, but it's shaping our spine in a way that most of us probably do not want to be shaped. So make a point in maximizing the potential of each workout to perform movements that are offsetting, that are essentially the opposite movement, going the opposite direction of the previous movement. I hope you got that. That was a lot of words, I know. So the importance here is that we're basically trying to maintain structural balance, maintain posture, decrease risk of injury is why we're doing it. If you're doing cardio exercise, I would highly recommend adding in like a higher intensity interval training. Instead of just like jogging for a mile, how about running like 400 meter sprints? Still a mile, but you run 400 meters as fast as you can, then maybe you walk 200 meters or walk for a minute, and then you do another 400 meter sprint. This can greatly, the time frame may be exactly the same, but what you're getting out of it, that change of pace for your body is forcing adaptation. And that's causing this time frame you have to work out, this intentional time, it's causing you to get more benefit from it. I wouldn't do this every single time. Like, don't just go do 400 meter sprints every single time, because like I said, the body's going to get used to that. So sometimes you do longer jogs, sometimes you do 400 meter sprints, sometimes you do 100 meter sprints. We don't want to wear out our nervous system by going literally full force all out every single time we go through a workout session. Because most of us don't have like a whole training staff to help us recover post-workout, give us a massage, go do some like cryotherapy or sit in an ice bath, go sauna therapy, do all this stuff every time. No, it's like we're hitting our workout, boom, and we got to get back out to our family, to our workspace. And so we want to be capable the rest of our day. So full force, I'm all about full force, all about going to failure. But if you go to failure every single time you work out, your body is going to get tired out. So find 2 or 3 times a week, go to failure, punch that all out button. And then other 2 or 3 times a week, man, you go and you work out hard, but you're not like laying on the floor spitting up afterwards. All right, example of this would be for like sprinting wise, would be to say go 8-second sprint, 12-second rest. There's great studies on this. And then you would shoot for like 40 to 60 reps of that. 8 seconds I sprint, 12 seconds I rest. And I do that 40 to 60 times. And that would be like a cardio session, as opposed to just like I said before, going for a mile jog, 3-mile jog. Give us a go. I mean, it is super challenging. I've done this many times. It is super challenging. You think, 8-second sprints, that's not too bad. But man, 8 seconds and then rest, 12 seconds, that 12 seconds goes by fast. Pretty soon it feels like it was like 1 second and you're back up trying to sprint again. But that is a great way to burn a lot of fat in a hurry if you want something to burn fat. You can also start where you sprint out and then you give yourself a 3 to 4 second break, sprint out again, give yourself 3 to 4 second break, sprint out again, 3 to 4 second break. In those sprints, those are literally like, okay, I'm sprinting out as soon as I feel like I'm starting to slow down. I give myself that 3 to 4 second break. And you can do the same thing as far as 40 to 60 repetitions of that. And the cool thing is, like, it takes, all you need is someplace you can just go run. You don't need any kind of equipment. You just got your body, and it is crazy. This tempo changing run style what kind of results you can get. You probably heard people like running from pole to pole or resting from this pole to that pole, then running to the next pole. That's all fantastic. That's all forcing adaptation. That's burning a whole lot of calories, and it's stimulating growth of tissue. It's stimulating growth hormone production. It's stimulating testosterone production. All that, like I've talked about before, is making you more capable. So next in line is training to failure. And whenever we train to failure, we always maintain excellent form, because the idea is never, 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 never to injure ourselves. Because a person who's on the sidelines who's injured does not get to work out. Like, you can't, like, my knee is a problem. I can't squat anymore. Or I got to wait. I got to wait till it recovers. So we train to failure, but we always maintain excellent form to make sure we do not injure ourselves. So to go to failure, that would mean if you're doing 10 repetitions of an exercise, maybe you're like sitting on the press machine and you're doing, and you get to rep 8, that's tough. Rep 9, that's even tougher. Rep 10, oh my goodness, I can barely get this off me. That would be going to failure. Or maybe you can do 12 reps of a particular exercise, but instead you push it out to 14 reps while maintaining excellent form. That would be like going to failure. If you can get to 12, you're like, yeah, that's not bad. Then we got to do more than that. We got to push harder than that. So if you're going to get to failure, if you're going to get those surges of growth hormone, if you're going to get those surges of testosterone, if you're going to get, the maximum amount you can get out of every exercise routine, then you got to find sometimes some particular movements where you are pushing to failure just to get that surge of growth hormone. All right, finally, make sure that you eat something after you work out. Fasting before workouts, great idea, awesome for burning fat. Fasting after workouts, for somebody, the general population who just wants to burn fat, build muscle, recover well, be able to go to work and feel great energy, not a good idea to fast post-workout. Especially if we're talking high intensity workout. If it's just a walk, it doesn't really matter. But if you're doing high intensity workout, it is invaluable that you put some food in your body afterwards, especially like protein. Anywhere between 15 and 40 grams of pretty good research on it. To decrease cortisol levels, to improve your exercise response, your recovery time, increase growth hormone production. If food is not consumed and you just performed a high intensity workout, then you are going to be spewing cortisol for hours and hours, potentially 24 hours, 48 hours. Those levels are going to be elevated, and you're not going to be building muscle tissue. You're going to be making it challenging for your body to recover as fast as it could otherwise. So put some food in, especially some protein, can be fantastic. I use this right here, Goat Whey Protein, Elite Fuel, fantastic stuff. It is a protein I made myself, so it's amazing. It is goat from goats, super low allergy, non-GMO, 100% grass-fed, all the good stuff, loaded with the branch-chain amino acids, the glutamine, the precursors for glutathione production, all of which aid in recovery and can help you maximize that 20 minutes, 30 minutes you're putting into the gym. So dads everywhere, you really should have this. If this is not in your cupboard, if you're not putting in your smoothies, if you're not mixing it with water, post-workout in your shaker cup, you're missing out. So I'll put a link below so you don't miss out on that. All right, let me know how this works for you. I love hearing fitness stories, because fitness stories usually lead to massive benefit across all of life spectrums. And people go from not doing a pull-up to doing a pull-up. The next thing you know, they got a new job, they got a raise, they got a promotion, because they're just so much more confident about life. And as you can see, or hopefully you can hear from my voice, I enjoy exercise and enjoy inspiring people to get after it, because I know how good you're going to feel when you do it and when you stick with it. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Please like, share, send this around, get it to your community so that all our friends, all our buddies, all our coworkers, even our bosses can enjoy the benefits that come from a regular physical activity routine, and from knowing how to maximize that time they do have. Because if you're exercising, you're not doing other stuff, and so we got to maximize that time we are putting into the gym. All right, talk to you guys later.